It's probably the selection of the books in Mr. Sharp's class, because in 3rd grade and 2nd grade and 1st grade I had to reread books that I really didn't like in the first place. So, and when I walked in here and I saw all the great books, and I thought, wow, there's lots I gotta get reading.
Great.
I like to know that my teacher loves reading, because that helps other students know that if my teacher loves reading, they really care about it and they want me to read too.
At the beginning of the year, I thought that reading was a chore, and now I think it's a privilege or an activity.
What has been the best part about reading in 4th grade?
I like how we have a big variety of books that we can choose.
So have you enjoyed reading this year?
Definitely.
Why?
Because, like I said before, I found so many great books. This year I liked reading because I got to pick my books, and it's been a challenge to pick books in 4th grade. And sometimes if it's too hard, I leave it at my desk and then I read more books that are easier. And then I go back to that book and try to read it over.
How has your feelings towards reading changed this year?
In 3rd grade, I didn't like reading because it was kind of boring, but in 4th grade, since my teacher helped me read more, I love it now, and it's fun.
Is learning how to pick a just right book and what it feels like to just be in a just right book.
What does it feel like?
If it make you just don't want to stop reading. It's like you just can't put the book down.
And then as I get on as being a better reader, I know that like what I should read and what maybe is too hard or too easy.
I like picking up a book and just exploring worlds, going to different places, traveling time.
Have you ever picked a book this year that wasn't your level when you were trying a new book? And what happened then?
I learned that it was a little bit hard, so I quit it, and then I went to my old level, and then 1 month later I tried it, and it wasn't that hard.
Probably the choice in reading, and like how much the class loves to read and how much time we have.
So you got here in the spring. How long did it take you before you could tell the class really loved to read?
Well, I could probably tell when I first got here, because they weren't really talking with their friends or anything. They were just reading.
What kind of choice did you have at your old school?
Well, we would have these things called Lexile levels, and we can only read what was on our level. We couldn't read under or over, even though if it was a good book that we really liked, we couldn't read it.
So do you think I should do Lexile levels?
No.
No? How do you think that affects someone's view towards reading?
Well, if someone has a just right book, but it's over or under their reading level, they might not be able to find that just right book. We were only allowed to read these not really very good books. They chose them and put them on a list.
So have you liked reading more since you've been to Mingus?
Yeah. I've liked how we have a big choice in reading. We don't have to read, what we're told to. We have a choice, It's not like we have to read, the book Bats. We can read what we want, and we have a choice.
Has having choice affected you as a reader?
Yes,
How so?
because I used to only read Captain Underpants, but now that I've got into bigger, sort of a little bigger book.
I like how we get to pick our own books, and
that I get to choose my own books, because I don't have a too easy book and I don't have a too hard book, and it's just right for me.
You can pick your own books, and like you can read anything, like comics and stuff.
Why has that changed how you feel about reading?
Yeah.
How so?
Because sometimes I don't want to really like read big books, so I read comic books. There are like big books.
Well, I liked about how we get to pick our own books.
You get to pick your own books, and you get to read what you like.
What I liked most was getting to read books and then Skyping with the authors of the books.
Why did you like that?
Because when I read a book, then I got to talk to the author. I found out that if the author was any different, then the book would have been different.
Getting to Skype with authors,
Why did you like that?
because I got to talk with authors and ask them questions about the book.
Awesome. So, do you think Skyping with authors is something I should do next year?
Yes,
Why?
because then the kids would be more excited about reading, and then they'd read more.
My favorite part of reading in 4th grade was when we went to see Gary Paulson in February, and like how Mr. Sharp dared me to shake Gary Paulson's hand, which I did.
My favorite part about reading was probably the Skypes with the authors of The Familiars and Tom Engelberger. I just thought it was really fun because you get to have a good chat, good laugh, you get to talk about reading with the authors, and it's just so much fun.
I like the Skype with authors and that day we went to Barnes & Noble and spent $200 worth of books and then went to see Gary Paulson. I think that those were my two favorite things.
That I get to pick my own book, and we get to Skype with authors, and I've never got to do that before in my life.
What did you like about Skyping?
That we got to Skype with authors like Tom Engelberger and The Familiars, and we're going to Skype with Kate Messner.
What did you like about Skyping?
That we learned a lot,
What's one thing you learned from Skyping?
about planning and just not rushing through the story, take it easy and lots of details and stuff like that.
Probably reading, being able to have the choice of reading whatever you want and not sitting there and reading a book that you hate and just don't like at all.